Welcome to the Prickly Pear post show.
I love these
Number 3.
post shows.
They're great, right?
I like the idea that we can kind of vent about things or play games.
Yeah, and it's like just a decompression of the day's events.
Plus, it's not live, so we can't have technical difficulties.
Yeah, that was so annoying. I guess that's the thing about live, right? You never know what you're gonna get.
You know,
We've been doing this now for some 20-odd shows, and this was a really first major technical meltdown.
First, the cable, we weren't able to watch the TV.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Fine.
Yeah.
But then it froze.
Yeah.
And
So
then
what we do
the
is
internet went down, and then my phone died, and then
it was a series of unfortunate events. Huh?
that was good.
Huh?
That was
Yeah.
good. That was really good.
Uh,
Do you think our audience even knows about?
Lemony Snicket.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Did you watch the new one?
Lemony Snicket?
Did you watch the
Jim
new one?
Carrey one?
No, Jim Carrey's the movie.
Right.
The one with Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
No? Oh, it's amazing. You gotta watch the first one. Watch it with your kid. Oh, well, no, your kid's too young.
Yeah.
Watch it with your wife. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
Anyways, what are we doing today after the post show?
Look, it's we kind of mentioned it in the show very briefly because we kind of wanted to get through to some of the meat and the potatoes and the lemons. By the way, that was
That was easy.
That was so easy.
That was very easy.
Yeah.
I think it's because you're used to having shots. Yeah, I don't drink, so for me it's
No, it's
no.
It's just because I think everything comes lemon these days.
I
Lemon
had-
is so. The best is like watching when you give lemon to a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
And they make that like
Right, because for them it's the first time.
Oh, it's
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's torture, but it's great.
yeah.
You're actually torturing your kids that way.
Well, the thing is, I thought I was going to lose because I was having really serious heartburn.
Yeah.
Like the minute I put it in, I just felt like burning in my stomach.
That sucks.
I know. Tell me about it. It's funny how you said that sucks, but yet you had this like little smirk, kind of like that sucks, loser. All right, so
I handled it like a champ. That's all I know. I'm just giving it.
At least there is no loser. But
That's true. No loser.
You know, we're gonna bring it back. I'm hoping that you will change your mind about the whole.
I didn't.
I know I was a bum. I know it was a bum move. I know.
Yeah, you
I
just.
know. I know. I admit.
What kind of? You know, you
Because
put me on the spot.
yeah, because you know what? I just feel like that's a serious challenge that we should both be doing.
It's not a bad thing. I just don't. You know, I'd like to discuss it more. And the
I know.
idea of I don't know.
I was kind of when I spoke to you
It's like
about
I'm challenging you
it
to rob a bank, so I'm gonna be here at the bank at the corner of blah 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 and blah 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 on Wednesday. See you there. Like, hello. I don't think I agreed to something like that.
What time? Do you see the difference? You see the difference?
Yeah. No, I think that's.
I welcome challenges.
I do. I don't. I think the challenge has to make sense. I mean, not that it doesn't make sense. I understand what we're doing.
Your sister was posting that we should
ice cream
I
challenge.
do an ice cream challenge. I mean,
That sounds more
does
interesting.
your sister like not love
I'm
you?
just gonna go
I
into
mean,
like a diabetic shock.
right? Like I'm not understanding. Like why?
Yeah.
Now, maybe the first one to get brain freeze.
I guess the thing is, like, if you think,
You know?
the thing I guess I think about when I think about challenges, is
Yeah.
that they're so often they're just overdone. Like when people were doing the ice bucket, you remember the ice bucket
Of
challenge?
course, I did it. Yeah,
I was like, you did it.
I did it. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I see.
Because I didn't understand what, and now again, that's a little off the topic of the idea of the challenge, but I didn't see how it was bringing awareness. I didn't see how it was making a difference. Nobody was really actually raising money. Like I didn't.
I disagree. It was definitely bringing awareness.
It was
People were
bringing
people were-
individual attention.
No, but people were
Look
donating.
Look at me. I'm
Agreed.
part of the.
That's-
part of the social
So
fabric
the
of being
Kiki
important.
stuff, the Kiki stuff.
Yeah, Kiki.
That
Kiki
is
in her car.
that.
There was a lot of Kikiism about that one.
Is that.
Yeah, totally.
Right? So that's kind of like a challenge. But again, it's fun. That's what the internet is all for.
No, I get it. But it's
but the Ice Bucket Challenge raised awareness, raised money.
Are we still talking about ALS?
I had no idea what ALS was.
Did you still talk about it?
Yeah, but somewhat. But now when I hear about it, I'm like more familiar.
There's the
I'm like,
next whatever. It's the next thing. now.
But that's society. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
the time
we're not talking about cancer all the time. We're not talking
No.
about AIDS.
No.
We're not talking about MS. We're not talking about a lot of things.
Right.
But it's great to have awareness. They did make money, and I do see it as something positive. Look,
I get it.
I noticed something by your style that you're like, I want to fix the issues. I want to fix it. What is it doing to fix? It's not always just about fixing. It's about awareness. And some people will take it the next step, they'll do something about it.
Right.
And some people will not. Like we did this event, right, for mental health
Right.
a few months ago.
Yep.
And, you know, it happened and great, and we move on. But some people are still doing something in the community. People that came out,
Right.
like I know people that are doing a lot more yoga. You know, they've been telling me. People told me that they're seeing the sound therapists. People that are meditating. A girl that was with me today told me that she wants to become a Reiki master. It's like, what? So maybe you and I are not seeing that impact, but I guarantee you it's bothering others. And even though, you know, when I did the movie this year, I know I'm giving myself another plug, but it all has to do, everybody asks, okay, so then when you finish the film, meaning you finish recording, what did you use?
Right.
What did you use? And I'm like, I actually, after the film, I have all these tools, and I use them whenever I get a chance.
Right.
And one of them that I always remember is the 444, which 444, which is where you breathe in, hold it, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds, and just do that.
Why don't we do a challenge where
I'm quiet? Because I'll
no,
lose.
I was saying
I'll
hold
lose.
your breath, and the first one to pass out is the loser.
I want.
Challenge?
Yeah, you go first. You go first. Yeah, and then I'll do it, and I'll tell you who won. All right. No, but you understand what I'm saying? It's not about like, you know, direct or like fixing an issue.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really what it comes down to. I mean, that's the hope when you do stuff like that.
Right.
But by having like a homeless event or having, you know, Save the Children Day or telethons, people will still starve. People will still struggle. People will still go through all these things.
Right.
But the bottom line is, you have a lot of people who are more involved and they're putting their skills and cash to good use. And it's better than buying clothes, you know, for yourself or treating yourself to that dinner. You know, maybe put your $50 and make a change. My thing is, and I've always been like that about charities, I want to meet the people that I give the money to. I know you can't do that all the time. No, but I'd like to be able to see where my money goes. Literally, I'd like to be able to take a homeless person out for dinner. I'd like to be able to ask him. I'd like to be able to talk to him, and I would, and I totally would. I'd like to be able to actually
Dinner
see.
dates with Ron.
It's kind of weird if I'm dating homeless people, but
No, I think
but you understand what I'm saying?
You never
Like,
have to take him back to your place or their place.
that's a great joke. As I was on a roll trying to be nice.
And you know what's funny is
Yeah.
I did two things there.
And bless, I'm not taking them to my house. They stink. Right?
No,
I'm just joking.
I did two things there.
Okay.
First thing, I cut you off.
Yeah.
And we literally had a conversation about cutting off.
But that's okay.
But I didn't.
We had conversations about cutting off, meaning when somebody has a real thought.
Apparently, I have a tendency here, right here.
That's okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
that's okay. That's okay.
Sorry.
Actually, but this is funny because there wasn't a real story there. It's when I tell a story and I'm being cut off every other word.
Right.
It's kind
I
of
don't
like a
mean to do
problem.
it. I just prefer to
I
hear
don't-
my voice over yours. I think the audience prefers the same thing.
I'm positive. Look, I know I'm obnoxious. I know I piss people off. I know. That's why I have the show.
But I actually want to
This
see
is-
you
this
go
is-
on these homeless dates.
Why do you
I
keep
think
calling
that's
them
the show.
homeless dates?
I don't know. You said you want to see where the money goes to take a homeless person out for dinner. Isn't that a date?
Wouldn't a homeless date be at my house?
The homeless hang. The homeless hang? Hashtag homeless hang? I think so.
Really? That's where you're going with this?
I don't know.
You're being really prickly right now.
I'm just,
Okay,
but let's talk about what we were going to actually also talk about.
Yes, this was the point.
It's Middle
of the
Child Day.
Right. So above everything else that we're doing, above everything else, you know, the Gunkle, or today is also French Friday, or no,
Julienne French Friday.
Julienne French Friday, which is a really
Julienne,
thing.
those really thin French fries.
I actually like those a lot.
They taste great.
They're
I
phenomenal.
can't think of who.
Milestones has them.
Yeah.
They have them in like those little cones.
Right.
They have them.
Yeah.
And,
Those are good.
I think also
Stick frites.
Yeah, they're actually delicious. They're
Pommes
very
frites.
they're very soft and delish.
Delish. But it's not about the French Friday.
It is not. It is not about Freedom Day.
We should do an accent day. I'm telling you, man. I think I snuck you in that.
So do you remember the conversation that we had about the
You
20
said
things I
something.
sent to you?
Yeah.
I said there's only one
Right, that you would lose.
that I would lose, and that
Yeah,
one's
it's
it.
the accent.
But you take all the other ones,
I don't know, probably.
and I would love to challenge you. So like, listen, I got to throw you a bone. I'm sure you're good at something. Like, you did have 3 kids that I don't have. So.
Speaking of 3 kids.
Yes.
That's a perfect segue.
Did you see that? High five. There you go.
Middle Child Day.
That's right.
Do you know any middle children? I know 2 middle children.
You ask me a question.
Actually, I know 3 middle
Do
children.
you see what I mean? You ask me a question, then you talk about yourself, and then you go into your story. Ask me a question, wait for a response, and then give me your answer.
Ron, do you know any middle children?
Yes, I do.
Can you elaborate?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
I was sort of a middle child when I lived in Israel.
I like this. Pay attention
Right.
to the language here, folks.
Yeah,
I was.
Right. So my dad
Did
had
something happen?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a weird story, but like my dad has a younger brother
Okay.
who is 3 years older than me.
Okay.
And we grew up together,
Right.
and he grew up like my older brother. So sometimes when people see like ShaRon Furman writing stuff, they're, who is this guy? This young guy who looks younger than me, even though I
Right.
look young, and he's my uncle. But he grew up like my brother. Like we literally had that brotherly relationship. My sister, my actual biological sister, is 5 years younger than me. So I had more of a relationship with him than I had with my sister.
Sure, you're closer
So
in age.
when we moved to Canada, I was 10, she was 5.
And your uncle was 13.
My uncle's 13.
I can do the math.
Yeah, yes, you did. So good job. You are something. 1 star for you. Anyways, so I kind of, like I always remember, like growing up, it was, well, what about Chaim and what about Avital? And I kind of felt like I was in the middle. But when we moved to Canada, all of a sudden I had to assume all responsibility of being the older brother, taking care of my sister, not speaking the language, taking her to school, brushing her hair, feeding her. The works. Oh yeah, because my parents would have to go to work. That's what immigrant parents do.
Right.
And so I had to.
brush her own hair.
I have to be. Sorry.
Good brush your own hair.
She's a girl. She was like 5 years old.
So you comb brush your hair.
Apparently, you can't even talk anything about hair. Like you have.
I'm not really an expert
You
anymore.
have nothing to say.
From what I
about it.
recall, it was
no,
never
but I had
hard
to
to
like
do.
I had to make like braids for her. Like I had to. I had to dress her. I had to like.
Really?
Yeah. I had to be very responsible. My parents depended on that.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't think I was that great at it because, I was also going through my own problems. But the point is now all of a sudden I had to act as the older brother. So
you're not really a middle child.
I'm not a middle child. But I did have middle child syndrome.
Oh.
Because it was always like, even when we take like photos, like
So-
family photos,
yeah.
it would always be us three, like the three of us together.
So middle child syndrome. Now I'm an older child. I'm
Yeah.
the oldest child.
Right.
And we're not middle, but my sister-in-law, Jen, is a middle child. She,
Right.
she never lets us stop.
It's
being
kind of
mad.
funny though that it's Jen.
It's totally Jen.
No, but think about it.
That it's her.
No. Who complained about being a middle child that's named Jen?
Jen.
Are you serious with me right now? You never watched the Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the
She was
reference
Jen,
first.
not Jen.
Stop it! Pretty
Marsha,
close.
Jen and Cindy. Oh, I watched the Brady Bunch. Hashtag get your facts straight.
Oh, Jan. Sorry, Jan, not Jen.
No, not Jen. She was Jan.
Close enough. All right.
Abdul, Adam. Yeah, they're close enough.
Oh, very much. Very
Start
much.
with A.
You son of a. Anyway, so
Anyway,
she complains.
my sister-in-law, and I love her,
She's
but
great.
she makes it known. She makes her case known about middle child. Like, doesn't really feel the love, not going to get the attention, and she's already bringing that up in my house with my 3 children. My youngest son suddenly became a middle child 2 months ago. Now, suddenly it was a process of time. I don't want to
Right.
explain it to you guys. Understand how it works, but he went from being number 2 to number 3 pretty quickly. And sometimes I wonder, are we giving him the right amount of attention? Because, the oldest one, that's pretty special, unique. It's your first. You have a lot more impactful memories. Of course, every kid, and you're going to watch this in the future, I love all my children equally. All of you, I'm so proud of you. You're unique and special in your
It's
own
not
way.
what he says when
But
the
it's not what
camera's
I'm
off.
saying now. Now you hear this.
Oh yeah.
No.
I got a little personal.
But the idea is that, the youngest one, okay, so she's fresh and new and exciting, and so you're dealing with that on an ongoing basis. Mark is going through his changes. So
Mark is the middle child.
Is my middle
Just
child,
so
yeah.
people know.
David and then Isabella. That's it. They're now officially on social media.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so you have these 3 kids, but
So I
what?
got the 3 kids. And then I feel like the middle child always is like the complainer and the whiner and the I can't get this and nobody loves me, nobody cares about you. Give everything to the older one or to the come on, please, seriously, that's not the case. That's your perception, and maybe it's because you're not pulling your weight. I don't know. That's just gonna kill me.
Sort of disagree.
She's gonna kill me.
Because I feel like the older child is kind of like the first pancake. Never comes out properly.
Oh.
It's kind of like
I don't know for an improper pancake.
No.
I'm referenced pretty.
No, but
pretty
you know what I
highly.
mean. It's kind of like you make some of your mistakes with the first child because you're.
You got to break a few eggs.
Absolutely, But still,
Yeah.
they get more because you probably offer more because you're so excited about it. It's the first kid. There's something amazing about it.
I didn't have a second kid because I felt there was something wrong when I first.
You didn't have a second.
I don't think
Clearly,
anybody
nobody
did.
goes, "Oh, you know what? The first one." Like, I mean, as the older son,
Well,
I don't feel that way either.
Yeah,
But I'm
right.
saying that, like, a lot of the trials and tribulations that happen within my family, I mean, meaning with the dynamic,
Yeah.
is because I was older. So, for example, I don't want to call my parents out, but like, there was physical, smacking around that happened, and all of a sudden when my sister came around, no smacking. Where it's like, what? How did she get away with not getting smacked at all?
The youngest one always gets away with everything. Let's be honest.
So that's the thing.
But there's different perspectives.
There is a dynamic, right? There is something there,
Right.
And then like, again, the middle child, like at one point he's the young one and everybody cares for him, and then like especially in your house, he's not even 2, and already there's another one that needs all that support, right? He can't even speak yet.
Right.
He can't even defend himself. He can't even What's going on
Yeah.
here?
No,
So there is this, but I think all of them have problems because you baby the younger one.
No,
Right? And
For sure.
the older one, there's certain expectations.
I think depending also on the gaps and the ages and stuff, right? Like it seemed like in Terry's family, like Jen and Terry are also like 2-3 years apart,
Right.
And then her and their brother Johnny is like I think another 4 or 5 years because it's
Right.
8 years between Terry and Johnny. So,
But are you saying there is no difference
in terms of what?
in terms of how they're treated? You don't mean it. You're talking about or the parents. They don't mean to treat a child a certain way. That's just the way it is.
I don't think so.
Because, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I think it's also character. Like it's different. Every child is different. Like I. See,
Well, that's
So
also true.
okay. So like I have memories about. I'm going through this right now, right? Like my middle son, Mark, younger son. He goes through everything.
Right.
He's like that kid that you let him loose and he's running through and he's in this drawer and he's in that thing and he's got this thing in his hand and that thing in his mouth and
Right.
like driving me crazy. Gotta
Right.
run out. Like my oldest was never like that.
Right.
So it's just that matter of fact. Like
Right.
my
But-
oldest was never interested in opening all the drawers.
But
and taking everything out.
that's the
No,
character.
I'm just saying that's character. But
Right.
that's what makes you get treated differently. It's your character. It's not your
So
number status.
I personally believe that it's both.
I think that in the olden days, back in the once upon a time
Mm-hmm.
days, in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with the 12 kids, the middle's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
I don't know. Joseph was loved dearly, and Joseph was not the last one. He was the first one.
I know he was the 11th.
And the same thing with what's
And
his
they
name?
also
with Jacob.
They
And
also ditched his arse, and they sold him.
but that's because he was loved more.
He was loved so much they sold him.
Right. Well, it made everybody else pissed off.
Right.
But
Screw that guy.
but he had a colorful dream,
But we're not-
dream coat,
I don't
right?
know.
Isn't that's like a fair trade?
This
No,
is gonna get cut out in the thing. in the
right?
post.
What?
This part.
The colorful dream coat?
The dream coat, the Technicolor dream coat.
Yeah. Why would it get cut off? We went there. We're talking about direction.
We went there.
Well,
Can you sing it?
the point is, Shalala Joseph, you know what they say. Shalala Joseph,
I
you'll
never
make
saw
it
it.
someday.
I never saw it.
Shalala Joseph,
I'm
you're
not doing
doing
this.
fine. You and me gonna make it sometime. Anyways, have yourself an amazing, amazing week. We look forward to seeing you next week on the regular show and
The regular
the
show and the post
post
show. If you're liking these post shows, let us know. Like maybe these are annoying. I know that was annoying. So maybe you don't want these post shows anymore. But I think we're going to do it. And we're looking at you for some advice at the Prickly Pear Show on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on time.